This is Brad Haywood with Quest Professional Services, and this is server discovery. Typically, we do server discovery when we're doing an AD discovery, so we should have already run scripts 1 through 3, and if you haven't, then we probably need to do that. So the next step we want to take is run script number 4, which will get us a list of the enabled servers in Active Directory. So we're going to go ahead and open that up, run it. Now that we have the list, we're going to go over to Enterprise Reporter and start a new discovery. We're going to do the computer discovery. We're going to call this source servers. And we're going to use our source credentials. And I'm going to import the list that our script just ran that did. So we're going to go, it's server and then the domain. So if you have multiple source domains, you'll need to do a discovery for each one of these in Enterprise Reporter. So we're going to import those in. I'm going to add services to that. And then we're going to run. While that's running, we're going to run 2 PowerShell scripts, and those are the server get roles and server get scheduled tasks. So edit those. Running the scheduled task script. With that complete, we'll go ahead and run roles. That's our data collection for PowerShell component. We're still processing for computer piece. Once that is done, we'll open up PowerBI and import all that data. One more task we need to do, we need to collect one more piece of information, and we're going to use Enterprise Reporter to grab that. We're going to log into the Reporter component. And what we're looking to get is a list of groups that have computers in them. So that's really important when we're doing migrations, is do we need to be concerned about actually migrating the computer account or just creating it as part of the computer migration? So I'm going to import a new report. And we're going to do the computers with group members. And we're going to add the source domain. And so we're looking for group members that are computers that are not part of a domain, a group that starts with the word domain. So we can exclude domain computers and domain controllers groups. So we'll export that list. And we'll go to the C drive. Go to Quest, Reports, and save that there. Now that we have all the data discovered, we're going to open up the the server discovery template. And we have to cancel the import of the files so we could change the SQL Server. Change data source. Change it to target 2016 EGNT1. All right, we'll let the database elements import. And we'll do a refresh all. And here's our discovery. We want to check through each of the tabs and make sure that we actually have data and there are no weirdness. One component that's kind of nice to show if you're working with a system administrator doing a server migration, as you look at servers and you're trying to find out information about that server, you could do a drill through to the information, which takes you to this tab over here. But it gives you the application, the features, the user profiles, the service accounts, and IP information for that specific server on one tab. Otherwise, you can go through and you can look at everything with more depth if you want to find out more information about the applications, the server roles that are installed, service accounts that are in use, what services and what the service was, and whether it's a running state, scheduled tasks. It's good to know, hey, this scheduled task never ran, so I'm not so worried about it. Profiles, hey, find users that have been logging into that server, so you can maybe find an administrator that can help you figure out how to get that server migrated. Group members, here we're looking at, since these are all exchange groups for the most part, we're not concerned about that in the migration, but if there were other, say, application servers where the service account has rights to a file system, whatever, we want to make sure we migrate those applications or those servers. Here's some network information, and this is kind of handy where we can find out, are they actually getting the suffix search list configured? That's good to know. Now that we've confirmed that all the data is loaded cleanly into PowerBI, we want to be sure to save the file. Save as. Documents, give it a name. Server discovery is a good one. Click save. And that concludes server discovery.